on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now.
Who's hungry today? I know I am. The question is, are you hungry?
Of course I am. I have a lot of food to eat today. We are in Hanoi. We are going to be eating lots and lots of Vietnamese food. So you might already know that we filmed one food video here in Vietnam, but that was in Hoi An. Today we are in the big city of Hanoi, and the city is very well known for its amazing food. I have about 5 dishes planned out. I think one of them might be something that we ate in another video, but it's one of those must-eat foods, so you're gonna have to give us a break on that one. But we're so excited to try all this stuff.
So if you're new around here, my name is Trevor and this is Anna. We are the Delightful Travelers. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you have an appetite today, huh? I'm just as excited as Anna because she did all the research today and I know nothing about the dishes we're about to try.
So our first stop of the day is a restaurant called Bánh Cha, and they specialize in the dish that we're looking for, which conveniently is called Bánh Cha. This is it right here. It's a dish that actually originates from here in Hanoi. It comes with noodles, there's pork over here, and then you kind of add it all into the dish, I think. So we got all these greens. It seems every dish that we get here in Vietnam always has a big side of all these greens, but there's a lot here right now.
This is neat. It's like a deconstructed dish.
It is. You kind of put it together yourself.
So the nice thing about this restaurant is they give you instructions on how to do this. So they said to take a little bit of garlic.
Garlic. Oh, chilies.
Chilies. Uh-oh. Take some of those chilies.
Not
Oh,
too many.
that's pretty generous. And then I guess we take some noodles and kind of add that and probably mix it all up. We cannot forget the greens as well. It's turning into a colorful dish already.
It's very pretty. So apparently bun means vermicelli noodles, the type of noodles that go in here, and cha is the fatty type of pork that is in here. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. I cannot wait to try this. The pork looks incredible. Just look at that.
Wow.
It almost looks like a little like pork sausage or something like that. Let's try it.
I know that face.
Oh my goodness. Right away from the first bite, I might say this is the best thing I've eaten while here in Vietnam. It is so incredible. That pork is really, really tender. It does taste a lot like a pork sausage because there's a lot of flavor in there. It's almost like it was ground up with a lot of different types of spices and things. It's so, so good. The broth itself is a showstopper. I actually wish I had tasted it before we added the stuff into it. It's got some spice to it, but I don't know if that's just from the chilies or if it was already really spicy, but wow, this is so good. If you're coming here to Hanoi, you have to eat this.
Wow, she said the best dish. Now I'm gonna just go for the broth here. It was the only real meals that we had broth with so far is like in pho, and that's usually pretty basic. So let's try this. Whoa, oh my. It's like sweet and spicy and a little bit sour all at once. If the pork tastes anything like the broth, I'm going to be so happy. Just look at this thing. It's just glistening and all that brothy goodness. Should I just go for the whole thing? Might as well. That is perfection. That might be some of the best pork I've ever tried in my life. I love the texture of it. I love how tender it is, and you can just really taste the broth throughout as well. Oh my Lord. What a dish this is. I didn't expect to kick off things like this. And again, I didn't know the dishes we were gonna try today, so it's all a bit of a surprise for me, but this is a great surprise for the first one.
Let's not forget these spring rolls. When we had these last time in our previous food video in Hoi An, they were a showstopper. I don't know if you can actually beat this dish, so they can't be better than that actual dish right there.
The thought of this dish getting any better is just hard for me to fathom.
I'm pretty sure those are also pork spring rolls, but the pork is not nearly as prominent as the ones that we had in the previous video, but they still nice and savory, have really nice flavoring, subtle flavoring to them, but really, really nice, and extra good when you dip them in to that broth. That broth is just so amazing.
One of the things that we cannot get across is the smells outside here. You can see people just kind of like cooking things outside, street food. The smells of Hanoi in the food. It's everywhere as you walk through the city, huh?
It is literally everywhere. I'd say every second place is a restaurant, or just sort of like on the sidewalk, there's like a makeshift restaurant.
Before we get any further in this week's video, we just quickly wanted to talk about this week's sponsor, Magic Spoon.
So when I was growing up, we were strictly forbidden to have sugary cereals in our household. We only had healthy cereals in our kitchen.
See, I could kind of have whatever I want, and I have my mom and dad to thank for that.
Lucky you. So unfair. But anytime I went for a sleepover, basically I'd wake up so excited to be able to eat those sugary cereals at another friend's house, finally get to try them, and I told myself, when I grow up, I'm going to move out and I'm going to eat these sugary cereals all the time, whenever I want.
So I guess you kind of finally grew up and realized maybe that cereal's not that good for you.
Not so healthy, it's kind of junk food.
Well, luckily, Magic Spoon is pure magic. Magic Spoon cereals have 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, only 4 net grams of carbs, and just 140 calories per serving. They're also keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, and low carb.
So how does it taste?
So these are shockingly delicious. We love them. The kinds we got here is frosted, we got cocoa,
Peanut butter and fruity.
Now, here's the thing. What's our favorite?
Mine was definitely the fruity. This is incredibly delicious. I can't even get to tell you guys.
Yeah, frosted is mine as well, but I love that there's such a variety of these magical cereals.
This is so amazing. It's honestly a real game changer. If you want to try it out yourself, you should know Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. So click the link in the description below and use the code DELIGHTFUL to get $5 off, or go to magicspoon.com/delightful to get $5 off today.
A big thank you to Magic Spoon for sponsoring this video and supporting creators like us. Now, back to the video. Next on the list, we've come over to a place called Banh Mi 25. You can see this place is small. However, it is one of the most popular places in Hanoi to get one of these guys. This is a banh mi sandwich. You're probably wondering where we're sitting right now. We're right next to where they have no seating area basically, and there's a gentleman back that way who just said, come on, sit over here. I'm pretty sure we're in front of his house to eat this sandwich. I just want to point out this is definitely one of the more unique spots we've ever eaten at. Look at all the scooters right here.
Yeah, it's not the fanciest place ever. Actually, you were incorrect. There is a seating area, like kind of across the street, but it was pretty full and it's really hard to film in situations like that. So here we are, just sitting on plastic chairs on the side of the road. It's totally fine. We opted this time, so we have had some banh mi's in the past, particularly in Hoi An, and we had mixed banh mi's there. Today we're having a pork banh mi. Looks like it's got pork on there. They did ask if we want everything. So I think there is some lettuce or cilantro, cucumber, pickles, carrots, and of course pork and some spicy stuff. That actually feels warm in my hand, which is nice. I don't see them warm up, so I wonder if the bread is that fresh. For me, the absolutely amazing part of a banh mi sandwich is all the toppings. We are both team cilantro, and there's a lot of cilantro on here. It's the first thing I noticed. Plus there's some pickly things going on. I got a little bit of the pork, but I think I ate more veggies in that bite. Super crunchy. The bread is really, really nice. It's a baguette, so it's a little bit crispy on the outside, but nice and soft as well.
We've had so many of these sandwiches now in the country. I feel like we should be banh mi experts. We're working on it. We're trying to achieve the highest level. We've had some good sandwiches so far. If you guys have been following along in the whole series here, you know you've seen us try a few on camera, so let's give this one a try. I'm especially excited about this because it comes so highly recommended. Oh, that bread is so fresh. I just love the bread here in Vietnam. It's one of the things coming in. I didn't think it was going to be a major factor in some of the dishes, but they know how to do bread. The flavors on this are really good as well. It's definitely not my favorite banh mi. I'm just gonna say that right away, but they did ask how much spice do we want, and we do like spicy, and I said a little spice, so maybe it could have been a little more spicy for me. I do love how tender and juicy that pork is though, and you can really taste those fresh ingredients. It is a delicious sandwich, it's just not my favorite in the country. All right, on to the next restaurant. This time we're on the hunt for a very specific dish. It happens to be right in front of me. It's called Nộm Bò, but take a look where we're sitting. We're on these kind of like little stools, eating in a very traditional way. This is basically how the Vietnamese people eat around the core of the city here. This salad though, it's a salad, so it might not seem that interesting. It's basically a papaya salad. On this is some beef jerky. beef jerky on top here. You can definitely see some peanuts. And then, I don't know, I can see different kind of herbs. I think some sprouts. This is gonna be a mystery dish, but I guess it's what everybody eats here. I think I'm gonna correct myself here because what I thought were sprouts, I think this is papaya. I think the long kind of white things are the papaya itself. I got a little bit of beef jerky. This is strange for me. I've never had a salad like this. I don't even see any kind of dressing on here, but let's just try it. Interesting. There's something about that that strangely works. So it's not your typical beef jerky, at least in the sense that I think, being from Canada, usually beef jerky is something you'd kind of buy at a corner store. It's beef, but it's not hot, it's cold. It probably has been sitting around for a while. I'm sure I'm not selling that for you, but mixed in with kind of crunchy, what I think is papaya. You guys are definitely gonna let me know if there's any Vietnamese people. With the two of them together, it makes for a really good combo. The papaya alone though is very fresh. I can see if I can get some peanuts here and test the old chopstick skills again. Oh, it's so odd. It's good though. It's so odd. Now you have the peanuts. Very forward taste. We got the papaya and the beef all together. It's good. It's just taking me a few minutes to process.
All right, I'm gonna give this one a go. I'm not a big beef fan, as some people might recall, but I'm gonna try this anyway. Might go for the more of the veggie stuff going on, but there is actually some liquid on the bottom. I just noticed, so it's not dry, which we initially thought.
Maybe
it's hard to tell at first.
I must not have mixed it around.
Oh wow, it's definitely way better and way more interesting than I thought. The papaya itself is super crunchy, as are the peanuts on there, so it's like a lot of texture going on. I don't know what's the liquid in the bottom, but it's definitely yummy. It's I guess just interesting or intriguing, but I do like it, definitely. I don't know if it would be my everyday go-to dish though.
I don't know, like the dish is very interesting, but just sitting outside here with all these little tables, they're making it right here. I mean, this whole experience has been interesting.
Fun,
it's super fun.
It's very fun.
Okay, it's a little later now, and it's the same day if you happen to be wondering, and we're still hungry, and you could probably tell, well, this place at night, Hanoi at night, is, well, just as busy and a little bit crazy as the day. It's a lot of fun though.
We've eaten a few dishes already, and we still have a few more on our list. I think we're coming close to our next restaurant that I'm trying to find.
All right, we think this is it. Do you know?
Pretty sure. It's always, I'm never 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure.
Hello. We have come over to a complete hole in the wall here. It does not get more authentic and local than this. You can see them cooking right in the front of this little tiny restaurant, and here we are about to try a very traditional dish.
So this dish is called Banh Cuon. I'm sure I'm totally butchering the name. But it's basically a steamed stuffed rice crepe. So I think Trevor maybe got a shot for making the crepes, and then they stuffed them with various ingredients. I had read that pork and mushroom is the regular kind, but when we came in they asked us, do we want pork or do we want chicken? And since we've already had a fair bit of pork today, we decided to go for the chicken.
Look how tight it is in here. I just want to say, like, look, there's a fan here, and everybody else is right there. I mean, this is pretty crazy.
So the instructions for this one are very similar to one of the other dishes we had, and it seems to be pretty standard. We got a thing of broth here. I'm gonna put some lime in, and some spicy chilies, and I guess some greens as well. So I have this now on my chopsticks. So it's chicken and mushroom, kind of like a crepe. I'm gonna dip it in this kind of brothy goodness over here, which again is cilantro, there's some chile, and some lime. So what a combination. So let's just dip that in, get it all soaked up. I don't know what's on the top. There looks to be some flakes, and we're hoping it's not fish flakes, but I guess I'm about to find out, aren't I? There's a lot of flavor, but there's a weird consistency happening here that I'm just not used to at all. It's the rice paper that's throwing me off here. It's really, really like gelatin. It's like Jell-O. That's the texture in my mouth. So when I take a bite, it's really strange. The mushrooms with that just make it extra kind of slimy. I'm sure I'm not selling you on this, but the chicken kind of saves it. And then, of course, this dish
here where you can dip it in, because this is where you get all those yummy flavors. It's really good, but it's just a consistency, like I'm not used to this kind of consistency at all.
That was fun. It's always good to get out of your comfort zone and try some new things, and it was worth it. Definitely not my favorite dish of the day, but I'd have it again for sure.
You might notice it's a little bit quieter at the moment. We tucked away into an alley, but for some reason the streets, like the main streets, are shut down. It is the weekend. We don't know if that's the
Yeah, it
reason.
must be an old quarter thing on the weekend, maybe. Last night was Friday. We were out. We came back in a grab. We had to get out like blocks away, basically, because all the streets were shut down. And when we got to our hotel, we're like, is there some crazy event going on? And she's like, nope, just the weekend.
Yeah, but we love it because there's so many pedestrians out and way less traffic. It's way quieter around here. We found the next place we're going to try. It happens to be in this alley. It's right behind me. And again, it's like another kind of like little hole in the wall.
So you cannot come to Hanoi without having Phở Bò. I'm, again, probably saying that wrong, but it's beef noodle soup. It's pho. We've had chicken pho, I think, in a previous video, but this is our first time having beef. Basically, it's a bowl of noodles, broth. This one has beef, a whole bunch of green onions. Smells amazing.
Look at all this brothy goodness. I got a little bit of meat. I got a little bit of the noodle here. Some of that cilantro. Now, you can add ingredients on here, but I'm not going to do that yet. It's pretty active out here. I just want to try this as it is, just before we add any hot sauce or anything like that. Oh yeah. This is one of the main reasons we have come to Vietnam, the pho. We've heard so much about the pho. We have tried it in a few different videos. Now make sure to go back and watch that. We have a whole series. If this is the first video that you have picked us up at. But this is exceptional so far. The broth itself is super flavorful, super rich, and the noodles are perfect. Look at those. How fun is this to eat? Just gonna try this beef here. Now, I do know you can order it how you like it, meaning like rare, medium. They didn't ask us if we want it like well done or not. We just let them kind of do whatever they want. This is kind of a medium style, so I'm just gonna try to see what this is like. Oh yeah, that's also just perfect. With the green onion, it gives it that bit of crunch, and then you got the beef cooked low and slow. You can see them right over there across this little alleyway cooking. So far, so good with this dish.
I just want to try this broth here, and from reading a lot or doing a lot of research about the various places to get pho around here, especially the beef pho, is that there's like debates on how the broth should be. This one I read is relatively salty, which some people like and some people don't. That's nice. It is a little bit salty, but not overly. It's very, very mild. And I wanted to say, compared to the broth that we had this morning with that other dish that had loads of flavor, I think the point of this is that you want to add in all that stuff. So let's do that and then try it again. All right, we've added in some lime juice, some chili sauce, some garlic, pickled garlic, I think it is, and let's try this again. That makes such a huge difference. You can actually taste all the little minor ingredients that you put in, and it just makes the broth so much fuller and so much spicier and so much more flavor. That's the way to go.
When we got here, there was no one here at all, but now you can see this whole room is full. So clearly, this is a popular place. If you're coming to Hanoi, make sure to come here. It's one of the things I actually like about this city. At night, it's lit up so beautifully. Look how colorful it is behind us here. It's amazing.
I know, a tiny bit of Hoi An, I guess.
It does.
They have all the lanterns.
Yeah, if you don't know, we were in Hoi An recently, and I think it's these lanterns that's taking us back there. We've now moved on to dessert, and we found another little place just kind of tucked off the road. You can see them kind of prepping desserts back there, and what I have in front of me right now is like an ice cream and sticky rice and coconut all combined into one little sweet treat.
So this dish is called Kem Xôi. The ingredients include sticky rice, fresh ice cream, fresh milk, yogurt, coconut juice, white sugar, and a pandan leaves, whatever those are. That's what makes this, you'll notice that maybe you can see it, I'm not sure. The rice is green, and I think that's because of the pandan leaves that are
And we have our phone out because we need it sometimes for some of these ingredients.
Yeah, I would never remember it all. And I think there's like coconut flakes on the top. One thing that surprised me about this that I wasn't expecting was that the rice is actually hot. Like this is hot right now and then cold on the top. So it's kind of, I think the ice cream is kind of melting at the moment. We just walked down the street, so it's had a few minutes to like combine a little bit. Enough talking about this. Let's actually try it. I want to get a little bit of everything. Of course, the ice cream is all on the top, so it's hard to get to that rice on the bottom. It's going to be a messy bite, but I think I got a little bit of everything. So I will tell you this, if you don't like coconut, you're not gonna like this. It's super yummy and coconutty. There's coconut flakes and like dried coconut on top as well. I didn't get a whole lot of the rice, so I haven't figured that part out quite yet. It might take a few more bites to get there. The ice cream is not too heavy. It's just a really nice, light, coconutty flavor. This is really super delicious. What a great way to end this video with such great food today.
I managed to get some of that rice. It's actually like a green color. It's so strange to me, but let's go. Oh, it's delicious. And oh, you're right. It's pure coconut. Luckily, I like coconut. I really dig this though. I really like the ice cream. It's a nice kind of like vanilla mixed with coconut, and the rice just adds like a kind of an odd texture, but the more I try it and the more I eat it, the more I get used to it. I can see why people eat this here. I mean, it's so hot in this country and in this city. This is a great way, it's such a great way to cool down. I have to be honest, when Anna told me about this one, because again, I didn't know what we were gonna eat today, I wasn't quite sure if this would be up my alley, but you know what? It is. The food in this city has, well, I think it's safe to say it is beyond impressed us.
Yeah, I think this is going to go down as one of my favorite food videos we've ever done.
Yeah.
It was really, really delicious. The first dish was to die for. That is now one of my favorite dishes of all time. If I didn't like Vietnam, which I do, I love it, it would still be a reason to come back to Vietnam for it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Not only is the food really interesting and really delicious and full of flavor, it was just so much fun to like go to some of the local spots today and eat like authentic traditional food. I had a blast.
Me too. It was so much fun. And I love that we went to like some restaurants, but some really like you just said, really authentic, like hole in the wall type places.
Awesome.
Felt really street foody.
So if you got this far in the video today, I'm Trevor. This is Anna. If you're new, just in case you're new, hit subscribe, leave us a comment, let us know what you think. If you're not new, we love that you guys tune in every week. You always leave us comments anyway. We so appreciate that. We're not leaving Vietnam just yet. We only have one more day left, so we're hoping we can pull off one more video here. Do we want to say where we're going?
Yeah, let's say. We're going to Ninh Binh. It's just like an hour and a half from here. Everybody has told us we have to go there. So we're so excited to finally see it.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun, but thank you for tuning in this week and each and every week. We're having a blast here in Vietnam, as you can tell.
All right, guys, that's it.
From Hanoi, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.